All right, we are on air. Nate, do you want to take over?
Yeah, greetings everybody. It's May 28th, 2015. This is our first fortnightly designed call since the release of 1.1, which was a very exciting release for all matters design related because we included our new administration theme, the major players of which are present here in this Hangout. Thanks for joining, guys. Darius, who did the design, Wes, who organized a lot of the implementation and undertook a lot of the implementation as well. So, yay, 1.1 is out. I feel like we celebrate it still on every phone call, as we should, because it's great. So 1.1, the new administration theme looks amazing. Much larger, more readable text throughout, better typography, nice color scheming. And we styled most every element in the updated administration theme, so it looks great. Let's see, let's go through the agenda that we have set out for this week. The first thing we actually talk about is not actually Backdrop, but is backdropcms.org, which is our flagship website in which we're trying to do, we're expanding out new sections of the site, and as we expand out new sections, of course, we need new designs for those sections. So the number one thing that we're working on or heading very quickly towards is project listings. So that's like a listing of all modules, themes, layouts, etc. And we have that to the point that we're technically pretty well set. We have project module up and running on backdropcms.org now. We've got almost 40 projects that have official releases that are on backdropcms.org right now. However, there's no way to actually find them on backdropcms.org because we don't have the project listing pages actually built out yet. And so Darius has done some designs for the project listings, which look great. But the next mock-up or design that we're lacking is the actual project pages themselves. So when you actually look at a project, you know, where does the version information go, the download button, the information like the README content, all of that sort of information. We need to organize that on a page and make it so that that looks nice.
Yeah, I've got a comment about that actually. So for the remaining design tasks that I have that need to be done, I think it would help me a lot if we just came up with some arbitrary deadlines, because it's becoming way too easy for me just to say tomorrow. So I think maybe after the meeting or offline or whatever, we could sort of put some boundaries around these things so I can actually finally do it.
Okay. Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, even with all of these tasks, like it's all a little bit, you know, things are progressing at different speeds based on where the interest is. And so it is a little bit hard to tell where the priorities are. With this particular area, we've just finished up a bunch of other things related to project module that, and we have enough projects on backdropcms.org that's probably, I mean, it's our number one priority as far as backdropcms.org is concerned, is build up the listings and then start building up the project pages. But yeah, let's set some deadlines after the meeting.
Great.
Let's see. The next item we have on here, Jen, you might want to back me up here on this one, is designing for the form for adding projects to the site.
Yeah. So that was just like, you know, forms in Drupal are always a little bit yucky. And if we're going to allow people to add their own projects or modify projects that are imported from GitHub, we should just kind of do a review of the form that we get and see if there's anything we can do to improve it. So I think in terms of designing it, we don't need to design it first. We should take a look at it and go, this is yucky. How do we make it less yucky? And if we need to split it into a 2-column layout, we could do that, or whatever it is. Based on what we have and how many fields we have on there and how they need to be organized and that sort of thing. So I don't think it's a design first task as much as a design review / improve task.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, those node add forms and node edit forms, initially people will just be modifying their projects via GitHub, you know, as they make a new create the release on backdropcms.org. And likewise, if they update the README within their project, I'll update the README on backdropcms.org. So initially, like, we don't even have user logins yet. So
yeah, I think it's lower
yeah, so,
priority.
Yeah, we've got a couple technical things to sort out before that actually happens.
Okay.
But really, it's all about project pages right now.
Okay.
I think that's our focus.
I'm just going to change this to design review then, so that we figure that out later.
Okay. I've got serious cat action happening over here. Okay. All right. So that's it for backdropcms.org. For the most part, things are just swimmingly awesome over at backdropcms.org, which is great. And then Backdrop the product. So as I mentioned, 1.1 is out, and we included a new administration theme, but there's some cleanup that needs to be done that we're going to just work on iterating on the admin theme a little bit further, and probably improve that in the bug fixing releases as we go forward. So a couple of minor issues that Wes has been working on. We're missing the border from text fields and text areas in mobile Safari. It's issue 942. Jen, you had some input on that as to why we were using, so apparently the problem there is that we're using box shadow instead of border to add the borders to those input elements. Jen, what was the explanation for that?
I think there was just something funny about like getting borders to work correctly across different browsers changed to the way the heights and the padding worked on them. And if you used drop shadows instead, then you could get it consistent. I didn't check mobile Safari, so that's probably why.
Yeah, that was the reason.
Yeah.
I wonder if the box sizing property could help out with that issue.
I would say, Wes, if you want to just kind of hack on it for a while, you probably know more about magic theming tricks than I do. So feel free to change that.
The issue was when you put things together, the heights didn't always add up the same way because of border? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, the heights and the padding inside, like especially like select areas, they're really hard to style or select lists.
I was trying to use border box to get the borders to go inside or outside, but there's a limitation on field elements for some reason that I couldn't figure out how to do it like a normal div.
Yeah, right. I'm not surprised.
Right? So
right,
good luck with that one.
Cool.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, that one definitely is going to require browser testing and cross testing. Seems like we thought we had it with this box shadow kind of hack, but looks like we caused a different set of problems. It'd also be worthwhile to just see if we get mobile Safari to work with the box shadow. You know, that might be another approach.
I think, box shadow should work. That's what confused me. Like I looked it up on Can I Use, and I think maybe that it was inset or some like weird detail about it was the issue. But I'll hack around and see what I can get to work.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. So let's see. Wes also did some nice work messages and the status report. I think that looks great. I think that while we're in there, we should work on fixing kind of a long-standing issue that there's no icon for any notices or or information alerts. So there's like half icons are there, like the whole thing's just a little bit weird. But I think appearance-wise, we're looking great there. We're just going to fix that issue at the same time. There was one other minor issue. Oh, field sets. That's what it was. I hadn't added that one to the agenda yet. But Darius, Wes did an initial stab at field sets to try to style them in a way that would work within our current situation that we have going on with nested field sets and collapsible field sets and all that stuff.
Awesome.
Nate, your sound keeps dropping out.
Oh, sorry.
Could you just repeat what you just said?
And then we can't hear Wes now. Hello?
I'm on mute. Sorry.
Okay.
So field sets, Wes took a stab at implementing field sets, and it would be great if Darius, you could take a minute to review the appearance that he created and see if it looks acceptable and meshes with our other designs.
Cool. How do I find them?
There you go.
I made a code pen. And actually, if you want to use it in the future, I concatenated all of the CSS and JavaScript into one file, well, respectively, so that when I make a code pen, I can just include 2 files and have the 7 theme stuff. The JavaScript's not quite working for some reason, but whatever. I just included.
It looks like it's unstyled.
Really? On that? Oh, maybe my servers. No, it's looking right to me. That's weird. It's just on my wesrev.com site, so it shouldn't have any access issues.
I can see it. Which browser are you in, Darius?
I'm in Chrome.
Let me try Chrome. I was on Firefox.
Weird.
I can see it too.
You can see the styling?
Yeah.
How bizarre.
Sent like a different view of the same pen.
Okay, cool. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, and if you want to like dink around with it, I mean, all the CSS is in there, so.
Unless I'm crazy, like this different view is different, but the same output. What the heck? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you can show me after, because this is just weird.
Okay.
Another thing we might do, and this is related to the next item on the agenda anyway, is we need to fix our style guide Git repository so that it actually like has all of the JavaScript for things like modals in it. Right now it's like this weird hodgepodge of like an early dev backdrop plus a bunch of code we threw in. But at this point, like most of the code in the style guide has been implemented in Backdrop 1.1, and it might be a good time to like wipe the slate clean, pull in a new style guide from Backdrop 1.1, and if Wes, if you and Darius want to work directly in the style guide to put in these field set styles, that might be a good place where you can collaborate on that.
Cool.
So that's a thought. I'm not sure how much work that is. It might be more than it sounds like. But,
we can handle it.
Okay. Well, those are the main items that we've got. There's a bunch of other design-related tasks on GitHub. If you just filter the tag list to audience-design, then there's all kinds of other design-related issues, most of which are actually like front-end related issues more than design-related issues. But if you're interested in helping with Backdrop, there's a number of design-related tasks to be implemented. Let's see. So I hadn't seen this one in here, Jen. New front-end design theme needed. I think that would be great. We don't really have a timeline for that, but I think it is important that we express that we're very interested in replacing Bartik with something else.
Adding another option if we don't completely replace Bartik. And we do talk about this every meeting, Nate, even if you haven't seen it on the agenda before.
Okay.
But our goal is to put in something that is kind of blank slate, yet still usable out of the box. So something like Bootstrap, where you can build and launch a site in Bootstrap. It'll look like Bootstrap, but you can launch a site without too much style on it. And so having something like that, I think, in core would be super handy for people who just wanted to like prototype, build, and deploy. And right now, when you launch a site with Bartik, it looks like all other Drupal and Backdrop sites. So yeah, getting something in core that is blank yet still modern, I think, would be fantastic. But yeah, we don't have any urgency on that. Like if we get it in for 1, we can add something new. That's fantastic. If we don't get it in until 2, that's also fine. But I wanted to talk about it in this meeting every week so that we have people who have design skills if they want to say that. I want to do that. I want to build a new front-end theme that goes into Backdrop core that every Backdrop site can use. I want you to hear about it. I want you to fall in love with the idea and run with it. So it is on our list of to-dos. Though not necessarily low priority, but no timeline.
Okay, awesome. All right, so the next item on the agenda is swag. So out of Backdrop product and into swag, we really want to print some Dragon T-shirts. So dragons were a huge hit at DrupalCon. We distributed like 300 stickers and like 70 T-shirts, but none of our T-shirts they were just the Backdrop CMS logo across the chest. And they were a huge hit. We got rid of all of them by like the third day. But what we'd like to do is have T-shirts with our mascot drop on them at least before Bad Camp, which is November 5th. Now, John, I haven't quite come to a conclusion here on whether or not we want to utilize our existing dragon, like the profile with the paw up, and just put that on a T-shirt, or if we want to commission or design some other new T-shirt specific dragon.
I think it's totally fine to do whatever. I would love to have Drop in more positions available as an asset. Like I would love to see Drop flying or maybe trying to fly, since he's still a baby dragon. Drop breathing fire might be fun. I don't know. There's so many things you could do with a dragon, and we right now only have 2 positions. So I would throw this out to anyone watching this video. If you want to play with a dragon, we have one. We want more pictures of it. We can also go back to our original dragon designer and ask him for more, I don't know, dragon illustrations. But yeah, I would love to get something on a T-shirt. I also think because Darius is doing a bunch of the design for Bad Camp, the sooner we can get the T-shirt done, the less stress on Darius, which would be good. So if we want to just say, like, we'll give ourselves a month to get a new dragon, and if we don't get a new dragon, we put the same dragon we had on the sticker on the T-shirt, I think that's fine. Everybody loved the stickers. I think they'll love the T-shirts. We can also do, like, a new dragon position every year if we wanted to, and, like, flip it up so it's like, oh, you have the T-shirt from 2015. I only have the T-shirt from 2017. And, like, how do I don't know. Could be kind of fun. So we've got options. There are some complications, like we have to figure out whether we're going to do 2 colors or 1 color and what the dragon would look like in 1 color. I think we should just go for it. Go big or go home and do a 2-color dragon in some crazy new position, but that does require more organizing on our part.
Okay. Let's see. Stickers. We're going to print more stickers. The current stickers are such a good hit, we'll probably just go right back to sticker, what was it, sticker mule? Sticker mule. Sticker giant.
Sticker giant. Robot, I think, was the one we liked.
Yes.
We're going to go back to the sticker noun, whatever that one is, and do a reprint of those dragon stickers, because we distributed absolutely all of them. Let's see, logo stickers, word mark only. Yeah, we might want to print some more of the Backdrop logo standalone, just the square, because our original print of those stickers was not the highest quality. Those long horizontal ones, how's our supply looking on those, Jen? Are we running low now?
I don't know where they are. They're in a box in storage. And oh, no. No, I have no idea where they are. We should probably get some more. Okay.
So basically, we need more stickers of every shape and size. But for all of those, we'll just reprint the ones that we've got, although perhaps in a different quality.
I think we need to maybe update the square one. Or I'm not sure if that's on the vendor side or ours, but just so maybe it has a clear outline next time.
Yeah, we could do that.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good idea. Instead of the white border around the outside.
But yeah, the white border kind of like implies another version of the logo almost, because it just really goes with it too much. So.
Cool.
Just a small detail.
Okay. Let's see.
And the last item is just something I just threw onto this agenda. Every time I go tweet from our Twitter account, it bothers me that I just randomly pulled these images off of the internet and I'm using them for backgrounds for like our banner images on Twitter and Facebook. I grabbed some random fractal recursion thing that's kind of the wrong color. And I was like, if we had someone who like wanted a way to pitch in, this seems like a good like low-hanging fruit design task where all you need to do is make the Twitter page pretty. I would love help with that. Or the getting our Facebook presence improved a little bit. I know we have a lot of followers on Facebook, and we don't really do anything with Facebook because I tend to forget that it exists. But we could definitely do a better job there too with posting updates and similar. So I don't know if we have anyone who's interested in cleaning that up, but it is on the list now.
There's also something called a fractal generator. I haven't played with this one, but that might be a fun thing to attempt to use. Because making those are quite, it's detailed.
Yeah.
So maybe a fractal generator could be a solution. I'll look at one.
Cool. I'm going to put this link into the agenda, Darius, so that if anyone wants to work on it and they want this link, they can grab that feature. This is great.
And that's just one of a million. That's the first thing I just saw. I don't know.
Okay.
Cool. All right. So bigger picture, we've got a couple of sort of like whenever we could get to them, like nice to have. That it would be great if we could flesh them out a little bit more. We had a start on human interface guidelines for Backdrop CMS. That was basically the concept of like when you should be using vertical tabs versus collapsed field sets. The idea of which patterns you should use in which places, like when checkboxes or radio buttons are appropriate, that sort of thing. And GUTAM had a start on that, but it has kind of fizzled out. We'd still really like to have that built out in a more comprehensive human interface guideline actually all documented, just so that we can reference it. But for now, that's kind of stalled. We'd really like to see that push forward, though. So if anybody's interested in it, it's issue 390 in the Backdrop issue queue. It'd be great to move that one forward. Let's see. There's also an item in here for brand guidelines, and we have the start of brand guidelines, which is pretty good at backdropcms.org/presskit. But I think it would be good if we actually assembled an actual, like right now our press kit is really nothing but a collection of assets. Like, you know, it's got like the SVGs for the logo and drop and stuff like that in it. But it would be great if we had it actually documented, like the full like canonical reference of like this is how the logo should be displayed and that sort of thing. So we don't have an official brand guidelines yet, but we're working on fleshing that out a little bit. So another nice to have, just like an actual documentation of how the logo should be used and things like that. That's it. Do we have anything else that we should be talking about during these fortnightly design meetings?
I think we should maybe think about what our remaining design tasks are for Backdrop now that we have our admin theme in, like Backdrop the product, and see if we should maybe prioritize the issues in the queue and say, you know, it would really make a big difference if this thing was done, and talk about those in the meeting, because I feel like what this meeting is right now is stuff going on in Backdrop and stuff going on that helps kind of the Backdrop community, and now that we've got the admin theme in, what's going in Backdrop list is going to really decrease. So maybe not this week because we still have a ton of follow-up issues we're working on, but longer term, how do we want to deal with what we're doing in Backdrop for design queue? Like, do we want to just say this meeting now changes to focus on like Backdrop the website and Backdrop the Twitter account, or do we want to kind of prioritize the design tasks in the product as well?
Yeah, I kind of get the feeling that we'll always have some design task both inside and outside of the product, even though like we might not have like a super large thing like the admin theme. Like there's always things to improve upon. Like we could start going through and doing things like trying to redesign the views UI, you know, clean up tasks on the layout UI. You know, I mean, there's all kinds of UI and UX problems that we have throughout that we could just focus on one area at a time and try to iterate on those.
Okay. Then let's maybe for the next meeting we can pull out like 3 issues or something that we want to work on and talk about those instead. I would love to get like field UI fixed.
Oh yeah, and field UI, of course. You know, it's funny. All of the major features have like the worst UIs.
Yeah. It's because they're so complicated. It's hard to do that well. Okay. Is there anything else that either of you guys wanted to add, or anyone else wanted to add, either to the weekly agenda or just this week? We can't hear you, Nate.
Up.
All right. Well, why don't we just go ahead and say thank you guys for coming. We will see you on IRC. Darius, maybe we'll send some emails about timelines for what comes next. I think, Nate, can we give Darius a login to the Backdrop site so he can see the module pages right now? That might also help move the module page design forward too, where it's like, we have all this data. Okay, so Darius, we'll send you an email with login info and we'll set some potential timelines and hopefully get these moving again.
Sounds good to me.
All right, thanks for joining us and thanks for all of the work you've done and all of the follow-up issues, and we will see you on IRC and elsewhere.
See you guys.
Bye.
Oh, hey, Darius.
Oh.
Darius, did that CodePen link, did it work now? If you refresh?
Let me refresh.
I think I got it. Knocks on wood.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you, man.
All right,
Great.
cool.
Oh, yeah, it's like 90% there. I might just, poke here and there, but
Yeah, do whatever.
beautiful.
Cool.
Thank you.
Later.
All right, thanks, guys.
Later.